Hey guys, it's Friday, March 26th, 2021, and it's time for Free App Fridays, where I bring you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I bring you free music production application plugins, softwares to help you along with your musical adventures and endeavors. Real quick, guys, just a quick reminder to check out the video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. There are 4 parts currently up. There's a link in the description that takes you to the playlist. The playlist actually has the old version and the new version. Just look at the dates. This is an updated, let's get that off. This is an updated video series from the original one that I did in 2015. So this is an update because things have changed. So check out that series. Part 1 is on CPU, part 2 is on RAM, part 3 is on hard drive and storage, part 4 is on GPU, part 5 is coming tomorrow. That will be on your audio interface, and there will be a part 6. So check those out. Now, the free app for this Friday is once again from HY Plugins. I did say I was doing HY Plugins this whole week. Today we'll do a little wrap up and go through just quickly some new plugins that released this week. But I have 2 HY plugins for you for the week of HY Plugins. So the first one we have is this one right here. Let me disable it and just open it. Hopefully I'm still streaming. Let me see something here. Give me a second, guys. Let me just check my live stream. Seem to be still streaming. Yeah, I think I'm good. All right, cool. So let's go back here. So this one is called HY MBM FX2, and what it is, it's a multi-band effects processor. So as we see here, we have this resizable interface, and what's going on is we have separated bands. So down here we have our low bands. So this goes from 20 hertz all the way to 254.95 hertz. In the middle, it's everything in between from 254 up to let's just say 44K. Let's just round it. 44K, and then this area is everything from 44K up. They give you control so you can shift the band section, so you can basically set up how big you want the bands to be, the band ranges, I should say. And here you have your crossover. So now you have these sections. So you got your low band, mid band, high band, and they give you some controls here. Input for that band, width, pan, and output, all for this band. And under here they give you 22 effects. We got some categories and we got 22 effects total in all the categories. So it gives you the ability to process each band separately with these effects. And in addition to that, we have a mod section where they have modulation. So they only give you 2 mods here. This is the free version of this app, and there is a paid version that gives you a whole lot more. It gives you more slots for effects per band, but the free one is pretty sufficient in what it gives you. So right here we have LFO here, and here we got an envelope. So with the LFO, you can select the different waveforms. So we got sine, we have a triangle wave, we have a sawtooth, we have this weird one here that's kind of like a weird curve, kind of like a dynamic curve, because the attack is slower, and then we got a curve on the release. Right here we have a step. We have a very, very, very complicated step waveform here, and this is more like a I guess like a triangle pulse as opposed to a triangle wave, because this just goes up and then it starts back at the beginning at the bottom, as opposed to going up and then going down with the triangle wave. So we have all these waveforms that's going to drive the animations, and then once you set up how you want the rate, the offset, the phase, and the jitter of the waveform that you select, then you would drag this icon right here to one of these slots to drive the parameter. So I'm gonna kind of play with it with this sample and let you hear some audio examples, and then we'll move forward. So let's check out the audio example. Alright, so let's turn it on and see what we can do. I'm just going to play around with it. I'm going to push it to the extreme so you can hear what's going on. So let's start with the low end. Yeah, let's try a phaser. Why not? Phaser on the low end. Okay, I can hear it a little bit. So we got a mix knob here. Rate, depth. Let's turn up the depth. Depth. Okay. All right, let's put this LFO on the vowel parameter here. So, what's the rate? You can turn off the sync here, and you'll have the rate will be adjusted by frequency. But let's lock it to the tempo. Let's go 1/8, and let's work with the saw wave for now. Bring the phase up. So what I'm gonna do is drag this target over to slot 1 for the vowel knob. You have 2 slots for each knob to modulate it, and then you have to click and drag and turn it up, either positive or negative. Let's go to this band, do something drastic. We got a delay filter. Let's do a filter, different type of filter. All right, let's do chorus. Depth. On the high end, let's do a ping pong delay. Sync. Bring the feedback down. Sync this one. Set it to. So I'm assuming this is left and right. We got feedback amount cut off. So you get the point. You can really explore and do some interesting things on whatever it is. It doesn't have to be music. It could be vocals. But you can get some interesting things going. And on the full version, they have more LFOs, but that's not a problem here. There's a bunch of ways that I can modulate these other things the way I want them to. So I don't need other modulators. But it's a cool one to throw in your arsenal and check out, guys. So link is in the description. All right, let's move right along to the next one we have here. Let's get rid of that. All right, so the next one is a filter. Let's resize this. It's a filter with some kind of rhythmic property to it. So once again, you have a filter, and then you can drive some motion into the filter with an LFO. So right here they have the filter modes, and then you have drive, which is actually gonna drive the signal going in. You have your band type, so low pass, band pass, high pass. This selects whether you're affecting it pre the effect or post the effect. Let's keep it at pre for now, and then you can mess with your cutoff based on what band type, filter type I should say, that you selected. Resonance is gonna basically boost the resonance of your band cutoff. It'll just cause a boost in a peak frequency area based on where your cutoff is and based on your filter type. And then offsets just helps offset the whole filter. Then below here you have your LFO, which is what's going to be driving the animation of your filter. And you can choose a different waveform: sine, triangle, up, down, curve 1, curve 2, rectangle, random. And based on what you set, right now we have the sync turned on. Let's turn it off. You see you get the rate based on frequency. If you turn on sync, you have it locked to the BPM of your project, and you can choose time signatures here: half, whole, quarter note, triplet, and all that good stuff. Let's go with an eighth note triplet. Start with a sine wave and just start poking around. Over here we have amp section, panning. You have an output level down here. There's a limiter, bypass button. Do you have filter randomizer down here where you can just get some really random effects? You can turn up how much you want the algorithm to randomize these different settings that's chosen. Then you hit randomize, and based on your settings, it'll randomize all or some of the settings to different degrees based on the percentage that you set up. And over here you have an EQ to kind of EQ and tailor the sound, the tone, and the texture of the overall effect. Turn that on or off. So let's play with it, see what's up. So I have to turn up the depth to start hearing it. Alright, sync. Turn up the phase. I'm not hearing any motion yet. wrong. Something's off. Alright, let me go ahead and reload this plugin because I'm not hearing any changes yet. I'm not getting any motion. So let's get rid of that. HY filter. Drag that back in there. Turn on the sync. Back to 1/8 T, drive the depth. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing a difference. I'm not getting any motion. Sync is off. Phase all the way up. Nope. Depth. There we go. 0. I'm trying to understand why at 100% I don't hear anything. At -100, I'm hearing something. Okay, whatever. All right, so there's some real creative things that you can do with that. It was giving me some ideas of what I could use this on, but definitely if you're into things like, I would say, dubstep, things of that nature where you're doing a lot of wobble basses and low frequency oscillation on synths, and you really need to control the timing of it rhythmically, this is definitely something that you would want to work with, because you can definitely play and automate and change the rhythmic timing of that oscillation that's happening with the LFO. So that's it for the 2 plugins from HY. Let's jump into some quick plugins of the week, new plugins of the week. We got a couple to mention. What is up with the news? Is there any news? Top stories. Anything important? No, not really. All right. So, for this week, some new notable plugins. We have Stochas. I think I'm saying that right. So Stochas is a step sequencer to randomize your MIDI. That's pretty much what it is. Check it out when you get a chance, guys. I'm not gonna go through everything, just going through them real quickly. The next one is Track 24. This is from a company that I showcased a couple weeks back for like new releases of the week. They did something called I think it was called Symbol Killer, and there was another plugin. But this one is a tape emulation minus the wow and the flutter, but they give you some different tape machine types that they're emulating, and then you have your saturation texture, and they give you a high pass, low pass, and a dry wet knob mix. So definitely check those out. There's a link in the description for that also. And lastly for this week, my favorite new plugin for the week is Hum 808. I actually like the interface. It gives you a nice full interface, and I was using it last night. I was working on something until like 3:30 this morning, and I had some fun using that. It's the 808 generator, but it gives you, for a free plugin, most free 808 generators that just focuses on 808 and like sub bass material. The free ones are usually very limited. This gives you a good amount of presets, and it has a lot of character to it, and a lot of parameters to tweak and mess around with. So next week I'm definitely gonna showcase that for free app one of the days, so look out for that. But that's pretty much it for the week, guys. Remember to go check out my series on PC specs, video series on PC specs, and how it relates to music production. Am I still streaming? Yep, I seem to be still streaming. For some reason my CPU is in the red on my on my streaming software. I don't know why, but anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. So yeah, check out the series. We got 4 parts up. Part 1 is on CPU, part 2 is on RAM, part 3 is on hard drive and storage, part 4 is on your GPU. The series will help you if you're not that familiar with computer parts, the components, and how that relates to music production. What affects what you need to pay attention to make sure that you're not having deficiencies in your music production pipeline with your rig. If you're having like latency issues, or a lot of clicks and pops, or you get error messages when you start to do certain things where it's telling you you don't have enough of this, or you know, your computer's just not being able to do what it needs to do or what you want it to do. This series will kind of help you understand what parts of your system needs to be reinforced and focused on to give you the optimal performance based on, you know, what your music production needs are, because everybody's needs are different with music production based on what they do, type of music you do, and the level of work that you're doing. You're gonna need different things. So it's kind of a primer to get you to understand how the different components work, to help you know what you need to upgrade, what you need if you're trying to add something to your system, give you some kind of insight on what might be causing an issue. So definitely check it out. Tomorrow I'm going to do part 5. I'm going to be talking about your audio interface and what to look out for, how that all works with all the other parts that I've talked about in the previous videos, to give you a smooth performance, and you know, based on certain things you might need, how many inputs you need based on what you're doing, and how your audio interface will assist you with that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. That was the free app for this Friday. Thanks for watching, and as always, you'll see me in the next video.